fuck is this shit?
Okay. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I'm in the bathroom.
All right.
I got a little case of constipation, unfortunately. It could be worse. It could be diarrhea. And yes, I can roll my R's. All right. I know an episode we can talk about besides chalk.
What?
Guns. That's a good issue to talk about. What do you think?
Um.
You know, like what I think about guns and do I think people should have them and what people should have them? You know, like that. Morat. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you that thing on my arm. I don't know if you can see it. Do you wanna?
Sure.
It's right there.
Yeah, it looks like some diabetic thing.
That's a diabetic thing? Fuck. Thought so. This Chuck person, his family was apparently super wealthy. I guess his grandparents were like countesses and counts in Germany.
Oh yeah.
Came over here and with his family, I guess his dad was like a naval officer and he left him a hell of a lot of money, but he's living off of it. I mean, he was able to buy a house with it. The guy who neglected his cat and let it die, he didn't kill the cat, he neglected it. There's a difference, but still, he made it public, so it's my business. If he would have kept quiet about it, it's none of my business, but he made it public.
Well, if he's blaming you for the death, I mean, I think you can talk
Yes,
about it.
and I put a curse on him. He's telling everyone it's Minnie Manson's fault. And I've been getting like death threats and shit all last night. No, none today, believe it or not.
I find Chuck interesting. I might try to interview him.
If you interview him, you and me will be done because he's gonna make you hate me.
Nah.
He's a fucking alpha male and he's a toxic male. I hope you're not gonna like.
Chuck's an alpha male?
He says he is.
Well, I mean, you he doesn't work, does he?
Okay? What is your definition of an alpha male? I want you to help me with
An
this because
alpha male is somebody that takes care of themselves totally. They're
he
not
does.
dependent. They're not dependent on anyone. They would never be on welfare or.
He's not on welfare. He's a trust fund
Well,
baby.
that's what I'm saying. He didn't make that money.
He's not an alpha male. If he's a trust fund baby, he is.
Somebody gave him that money. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not getting into his business. I'm just saying what you're saying.
I need
Whatever
to
you're
know
saying.
about
But
this as all.
I'm just saying, like, yeah. I mean, not only that.
Or Queen, he says I'm a no
Doing
fuck.
that though does not make you alpha. Alpha makes you the person that when shit goes down and people need help, they come to you because they know that you're always going to fucking solve the
Who go to
problem.
him?
I don't see Chuck as being that kind of guy. You know what I mean? Like,
People do go to him for advice all the time, especially about politics, not and sex and other things. For some
well, I
reason,
mean, he seems to have a lot of problems. Like he doesn't even have a car or can't
he doesn't
drive to the
buy it.
vet, like you said. I mean, yeah, you would be the dominant male in a group of males.
He thinks he's a fucking genius. Well, you know what? Geniuses often die broke, bitter, and usually with syphilis.
Well,
He says,
it
I'm
means
not
they got
human.
it means they
I'm
get a
not
lot of
human.
ass, right?
We're going to talk about this in a dungeon. So we don't want to waste all this time talking and hear about it when I can talk about it in a dungeon, even if you use it as
Well,
an
if you want
outtake
to, if you want to make it that, we can make it an outtake if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter.
on both. You could do both. I don't care.
Whatever you want. We don't have any topics at all. What are we going to talk about tonight?
I don't know. We was going to talk about Chuck and get it out of the way.
All right, go ahead.
And my throat hurts. Like I said, I may be too sick in the next 2 weeks. So this is Minnie Manson's Dungeon. I'm Minnie Manson, and this is my co-host, Grady Taquino. If you like the video, like and subscribe. And then come over to Minnie Manson Star. Well, today I want to talk about something that's pretty serious. And I'm very angry about it. And what I'm about to talk about, is facts that I have received from the person himself through their own social media and what other people brought me to. Who I'm talking about is Vampire or Vamp Lord 777. He goes by being a vampire. He says he's a Christian Republican. Okay, first of all, you can't be a born again saved Christian and be a vampire. There, I said it. It's a hypocrite who does that. This is a guy, before I tell you what he did, this is a guy who's been harassing me for 5 years, telling me I'm not even human because I'm transgender. He says that he has compassion for everyone. He forgives everyone. I'm unbanning everyone. But he says Minnie Manson is not a human and deserves to be killed for being transgender. And I'm keeping it clean. The language he uses would be too filthy and wrong for me to talk about in here. The slurs that he uses in the docs and calling me by my birth name, which is called my dead name. And he thinks I should just forget that. I cannot. So he calls me crazy and unreasonable because I won't forgive him. I can't forgive somebody who encourages people to attack me and kill me just because of what God made me. God don't make mistakes. So what he did the other day, I don't know when this episode's going to come out, maybe a week from now. Chuck Stigall's cat ran into the street because he let it outside. He has a cat named Fluffy, or had a cat named Fluffy, a big, beautiful gray Maine Coon cat. He never cleaned the litter box or take care of it, and he already got trashed publicly. He made it public. It's my business if he made it public, by the way. So everything I'm saying in here is my business because he made it public. First of all, he wasn't taking care of the cat. I don't know if he was feeding it or not. I'm sure he was, or it would have died long ago. But he neglected it most of the time and would just sit there playing video games or going live and vaping all day and forgetting his cat even existed. I was already upset that he was not cleaning the litter box and it was shitting in his bed, pissing in his bed. And maybe him using the N-word might have had something to do with it because cats don't like that. Truly, they don't. It's probably the anger behind the word mostly. So, well, the cat ran into the street. It got hit. I don't know what time of day or night it was. Knowing the way karma or the way Murphy's Law works, it was probably on a weekend or at night. So he takes the cat in, puts it in the bed, and it's bleeding internally. And he didn't take it to the vet. He says, oh, there's no animal emergency center. In Jacksonville, in a big city like that, you couldn't get on the phone and call some people. You have no problem calling me and threatening me and telling me that God's going to burn me in hell and destroy me. And yes, he does. He calls my house and tells me this every so often, and he has his friends do it, saying that I'm the N-word this, I'm the N-word that I'm going to die and go to hell for being a freak. You have no problem calling me and telling me that, but you can't call a fucking like a human hospital or the police or someone in authority and say, hey, what should I do? You call yourself an alpha male and you can't even fucking get off your lazy fucking ass, disgusting pig who never bathes or changes his clothes. You can't even do that, let alone make a fucking phone call and you call yourself a fucking alpha male. Toxic male is more like it. So he let the fucking cat die essentially. But what pisses me off, I found out that a woman named Kate offered him $1,000 and an Uber ride. Something she'd never do for me if I had a cat. But all these people seem to care about this big fucking so-called quote-unquote alpha male loser, Chuck. And well, she offered him this money. She said, I'll pay for it. He threw it back in her face. He said, where are you getting all the money from? Nobody makes that much money a week. Yes, people do. People also invest in also college degrees, unlike Chuck, who has no college degree. And again, I'm talking about the vampire. So if there's any other Chucks out there, I don't mean you. The vampire guy, the Christian Republican. He's a Republican because his father was wealthy. His father instilled that in him. And he talks about, I have pride, I have pride. Yeah, you have pride in treating people like crap and calling women the C word and trashing women and talking to people, loser's mentality, the way you talk to people. No wonder somebody probably targeted him and took his cat out. And what's pissing me off is he's blaming me for this. He let his cat out. Someone ran it over. He let it bleed to death. Nobody put a gun to his head and say, hey, let your cat die. He sat there playing video games instead of calling people. You know how I am. I would have been on the phone calling everyone and every fucking person I know on the internet, the police, everybody else. What do? I would have called the hospital, a human hospital. What do I do? You think I let my fucking cat just sit there and suffer? He let his cat sit there and fucking die internally with minutes ticking away, seconds turning into minutes, turning into hours. And then he's like, oh, I had to put the cat to sleep. It's his fault. His fucking cat is dead. And the hell he's going to say, I put a curse on him and blame me for this. I don't think so. Yeah, maybe I put a curse on Chuck in general. But would I want his cat to get harmed in that? No. That's why you got to be careful with black magic. You got to be careful with curses, because anything can go wrong. Anything can happen.
You know, the reason I agreed to do this subject, because you know I don't like to talk about individuals, you know.
Gossip is bullshit.
Yeah, but the reason I decided to go with this topic is that you seem abnormally obsessed with Chuck. You've brought him up every single recording.
He harasses me incessantly. So do his friends. He's got a lot more friends than I do. And it's funny because his YouTube channel only has about 500 or so subs, and I got like over 2,000. And yet, just like at least a dozen people would jump up and give him thousands of dollars if you requested it, give him rides, give him food, give him any fucking thing he wants. And nobody would do that for me. Yeah, you can't get more than 500 and something subs.
Yeah, I saw him stream snipe Elisa one time.
He stream snipes everybody.
That's where I know him from.
He was with Elise, so I guess, like I said, he's a trust fund baby. He's got money. He can afford to travel. He's one of those crazy rich people that won't spend the money. He'll have millions of dollars in a bank when he dies, and I wonder why he's sleeping in the gutter. There was a lady in Chicago like that. She was eccentric as fuck, and she'd sleep down there by the Daily Center by the doors with a cardboard box, after the building would close. And I tried to give her money one day, and she slapped my hand away. And it turns out they did a news story on her when she died. It turned out she was like worth about $24 million, 24 million, something like that.
Okay, but why would he need a donation for his cat?
That's what I don't understand. He's too fucking lazy to spend the money. He's too cheap. He calls me welfare king all the time, welfare queen, bum this, bum that, and he's got all this money. He won't even spend it on his own cat. And then someone offered to pay it, and he still wouldn't fucking go.
Doesn't he have roommates and stuff?
He's got a crazy roommate who's mentally deranged or something. He screams all the time. Someone named Quentin. Never seen his face. I never spoke to him.
Well, I know he had a...
He's crazy, and he screams. Instead of like Chuck when he does a stream, close the door so we don't have to hear that. It's just as bad as Dylan. My friend Dylan would call me, and people would be screaming in the background, setting off my PTSD. No one wants to sit here on a mental patient screaming. That sets me off on all kinds of levels. So,
I thought you and Chuck were actually friends. I don't know.
There was a time when we were, but then he started calling me a tranny and a freak. He says, I just can't go against God. I can't go against the Bible. I can't be friends with a freak like you.
Did it start off that you were going crazy on him?
No, but I've gone crazy on him a lot and trolled him on purpose for being a jerk, for his hateful Republican views.
Well, what's wrong with being Republican? You act like Republicans are rich, but
they are rich.
Well, what about all these like Jeff?
They hate poor people.
What about like Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and all these people that are? Well, they're all Democrats. They all fucking support the Democrats.
That just proves that Republican Democrat is just a label. But he thinks, oh, I'm a Republican. You're a Democrat. He plays that game that they just want us to think we have a choice. They meaning the people who prop up the system. You could be a Republican. You could be a Democrat. So I just tell people I'm independent or in the middle.
But I mean, Republicans are for individual rights.
Well, me too. So,
but then maybe you are more conservative. Honestly, the shit you tell me, I just thought you were a conservative, not Republican, but conservative. But that's normally Republican. They do have conservative.
I just
Democrats.
Don't like those labels. Okay, I don't like those labels. I am very conservative, and then there's some things I'm liberal about. It just depends.
But I mean, if you're into individual rights at all,
of course I am.
Then for me, like.
I think people should also help people. But this guy trashing me just because I'm transgender and saying I don't have a right to exist, bring it, motherfucker. I'm not going away.
I think people should help people, but I don't think they should be forced to help people.
No.
Especially when there's some people that won't help themselves, Unfortunately, that's what poisons the pot, right?
That's learned helplessness. Some people are just trained not to care anymore, and they end up on the street. But anyway, we're talking about Count Chocula, the alpha male who can't get laid. People offer to send him hookers. He talks about openly in graphic detail about how he smashes women's faces into the wall when he fucks them. You know what? He wishes there's no woman on earth who would fuck him.
Well, the other thing about being an alpha is you get all the puss, right? I mean, you'd have to beat chicks off with a stick. He
doesn't have any chicks coming by that he can beat with a stick. At least you've seen the videos and proof fan art and videos and me going out and seeing fans. I actually go out in public and you see the kind of woman who I'm not attracted to them, or I don't hit on them or nothing. And maybe it's good I'm not, because I wouldn't want to get in trouble or chase them away. But you should see the hot fucking babes who come looking for Mini Manson.
Everybody thinks in terms of alpha or beta. There's actually a third one called Omega.
Well, okay, what is that?
And I feel like I'm an Omega.
The Omega Man? I heard there's a song called The Omega Man. I said I was the Alpha and the Omega to Chuck. He got real mad. He said, that's blasphemy. And then he turns around, goddamn this, goddamn that in his server, which he nuked again. He treats women like shit and calls them the C word. He's nasty to people, worse than me. At least I'm apologetic and I really try my best. I have bipolar and PTSD, which makes me act like a fucking asshole. I don't want to be a fucking asshole.
I haven't watched him much, but I've seen him some. And
what?
He doesn't, I mean, I haven't watched him much, but I've seen him. Come on, let me talk, man.
Yes, sir.
Because when I edit this, I can't use it when you talk over me. So
I'm sorry.
I've seen him a few times, and he didn't strike me as being the way you're describing him. But I don't watch him all the time, so I wouldn't know.
Maybe I'm seeing him in a different way. That's why your input and other people's input matters to me.
And
I'm not sure I see things the right way sometimes.
By the way, an Omega male is a male in a social group who prefers working alone and has no desire to be a leader or the most outstanding in the group.
That sounds like Chuck.
So that's the third option. And I believe I'm an Omega because I'm not an alpha, but I'm not a beta either. You know what I mean?
I don't think you're a beta. I'd say you're more alpha than beta,
but I mean, yeah. I'm not the guy like in a group of dudes strutting around getting all the chicks and like if they're all coming to me to help them and shit. Like I'm not that guy. But I'm also not going to kiss your fucking ass, you know?
That's true. Is that a mole right there? Or did you put that there?
I put that there for tonight.
Oh, God, I thought you had cancer.
Probably is.
Mole rat, Billy. And people are loving my mole rat song. Other musicians are covering it. Mini Manson's a rock star. So I think Chuck is jealous of that. He's jealous of the attention I get.
I'm going to classify Chuck as an Omega based on what you're telling me.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But I mean, is some of the stuff you're saying just because you're having a personal vendetta with them? Maybe
I do have a personal vendetta. I'm not going to lie.
But maybe it's because
that's someone that don't even matter. And I'm sorry I interrupted you, but someone that don't even matter, someone who's not even equal to me would even matter. He's a fucking nobody.
Well, I mean, I can't remember what I was going to say now, but
whoops. Don't kill me. Don't shoot.
No, that's okay. It's just that when we talk over each other, I can't use it. And sometimes it's like really good shit, and I wish I could use it because
I gotta start shutting up. You know, I get excited and then I forget things myself. And I figure if I don't finish the sentence, I'll forget. That's what happens. Just like I forgot my pizza and then it was burnt black to a crisp. That's why I don't like getting pizzas. I burn them. Chuck doesn't know what to do with his money either. He's gonna die one day and they're gonna find out he has $2 billion in the bank. He's that kind of guy. His dad has a lot of power and influence. No, his dad, that's an alpha male. How could somebody like that, a brilliant guy like that, end up with a kid like Chuck? Probably because maybe they did something. Usually people that do something wrong or nefarious will have a kid like that. Could have been something as simple as using illegal drugs.
Give me a wrap up on Chuck.
Well, first of all, I think Chuck's a piece of slime. And if I did put a curse on him, fine, you know, but I'm not going to be blamed for something that had nothing to do with it. I love animals. I had a cat of my own. I can't have any more pets because I can't take care of them.
Then you regret, basically, is what you're saying.
What? I didn't.
Well, you said if the curse is what did it, then
We're
fine.
done here.
No. You said fine, though.
You're a loser. So
anyway, man, just calm down, dude. I'm not trying to get into something with you.
Oh, fuck yourself. We're done here. Fuck off.
Dude, calm down,
You got me
dude.
to admit this on purpose. Goodbye.
No, I did not.
So what?
No, I just want you to stop lying, Minnie.
Yeah, I went to fucking Florida and is that what you want to hear? Yeah.
No, I was going. You didn't let me
motherfucker.
finish. You didn't let me finish.
What are you going to do about it, motherfucker? I didn't do it on purpose. I was in Chicago singing, and somehow my spirit went
Do
over
you regret the curse?
Got in the car and ran over your cat.
Do you
All
regret
you
the curse?
males stick together. You stick together with Chuck because you want to interview him, and you purposely set me up.
No, I'm not.
I don't want to do.
No,
I don't
I'm
want to do
not.
dungeons with you anymore.
This is recording. This is the recording. It's not even out, man.
You call me every name in a book. Why the fuck do you interview me? So you can have material.
See, you're trying to. This is what I'm saying about Chuck. I have no problem with you. I like you.
Like everyone else. You like him because he's a leader, because he's a natural born leader. You like him because
you're saying that he's a leader. I didn't say that.
You are.
I said he was an omega.
Leader, and you're mad because I'm putting another male down.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Look.
And you should rub that mole off. That doesn't look right. It looks like you have cancer.
That's what I'm going.
The rest of your makeup is fine, but the mole looks kind of weird. That's what
I'm going for.
Well, I'm tired of looking at it. I'm looking at you, and all I see is a fucking mole.
I thought about putting an X, but I thought somebody would make it into a Nazi.
Towers, mole. But you treat people
No. Get me.
You don't care about me. You call me names all the time.
Where I was going, if you'll let me finish, is that you said that you were glad you put a curse on him.
I am glad I put a curse on him, but I didn't think that the curse was going to affect the fucking cat.
So are you sorry about the cat if the curse did it?
Of course I am.
Okay, then that's all I was trying to do.
I'd rather Chuck fucking die than a fucking cat.
Because if Chuck sees this, he's going to think the way you said it, that you were basically saying you were glad. And I was trying to straighten it out, and then you went nuts on me.
Well, it's the way you said it. I don't like how you said it.
Well, I was doing Grady Taquino.
No, I'm not glad I killed. I didn't even do like people have altars and they like say chants. I didn't even do anything like that. I just said out loud and I wished. I said, you know what? I wish he wouldn't have his cat anymore. You don't even think I'm a good entertainer. Do you ever comment?
Why would I be working with you if I thought you sucked, man?
Yeah, to humiliate me, to destroy me like Chuck wants to do.
Do you think the dungeons are humiliating to you? Maybe those outtakes you don't like or whatever,
yes,
but
I do think so. Not the dungeons, but the outtakes. And I think you try to humiliate me. You just want action on your show. You want to change things around and make it look like I can't. So you do think I can't. That's what they accuse me of.
No, I don't. I don't think you have powers.
They blame me.
I do not think you have cursing powers.
I had to shut down my live show because about a dozen people came in there and said, you are the reason why Chuck killed his cat. So it's my fault that he took the cat in there and let it die and he played video games?
Honestly, I think you let a bunch of trolls ruin your fucking show for no reason.
I think you're a has-been and you're going to be gone soon, so why don't you shut up?
Well, I'm a never was.
Well, that's true. You have to be somebody to be a has-been. I think you and Chuck and all these other people on the internet want to ruin me because I finally found something to help me survive, something that makes me feel good, and you don't even want me to have that. You want to take it away from me. You want to take away Minnie Manson.
No,
you want me to be miserable, and you want me to self-isolate. You're just like everybody else. I thought you were different, man.
I'm trying to promote you, even though you don't care. I mean, you act like I'm a piece of shit.
You don't promote me. You used to promote my merch. You stopped doing that. You don't put the links in your fucking descriptions anymore.
Yeah, I do. In the dungeons, I do. Not in the outtakes.
You don't. I look in there just as Minnie Manson star, but you don't tell people to go to my...
You told me to take it down because YouTube will fight. That's why you started saying it in the fucking video. I'm just doing what you told me to do.
You can put it in your own description.
You want me to put it back in? I'll put it back in. But you told me YouTube would take down your fucking video if you put your...
Oh, that's what you're confused about. YouTube will take it up. They don't want you to put it in comments, even if it's on your own channel. If you comment to someone, if they say, how do you buy this?
Well, I'll put it back in then, but I just took it out based on what you told me.
This diabetic ulcers really, really got me concerned. So do I really give a fuck about somebody's stupid cat when I'm fucking faced with losing my arm?
If that's a diabetic ulcer, it's nothing. You're not going to lose your fucking arm. Look at Only Use Me Blade. Only Use Me Blade, you can see the fucking bone exposed. And he went to the hospital and they still didn't cut his fucking leg off.
I saw the video and he did not have a deep wound. The guy that I saw in the bus, it was that deep, all the way to the bone, and the wound was like that open. It was that big. It looked like a giant cavern that went down like that.
No, yeah, he's got videos where they got rags. They got rags like that fucking long, stuck, like completely stuck down in the fucking hole, man.
Okay,
and he still has these fucking legs. So I mean, You're not anywhere near close to getting your
I'm
arm chopped
terrified
off.
of that, though. If that happened to him and that guy in the train, that could happen to me. But those two guys that happened to are alcoholics, right? And or drug
Yeah,
addicts.
yeah. I mean, you're not an alcoholic, so
Are you?
and you do insulin, so I
That's
wouldn't
true.
worry about it. Just go to the doctor. They probably give
One
you some
thing,
kind of cream, and it'll be good.
we'll see, antibiotic or something. After COVID happened, I was able to use the internet and people's need for entertainment to create a character. It happened by accident. I kind of regret it. The honest truth is I regret ever going on the internet and meeting people.
Then why are you bragging about being Mini Manson being the only thing that makes you happy?
It does make me happy. I regret it because of the trolls and
No, there's a lot of people on the internet that
people
make
like
you
you
happy.
who twist my words around and make me look like a cat killer. Okay, I want you to tell me, how do you think I killed the cat if I'm over here? Can I curse like that?
You basically said that your curse worked and you were glad, and then you said I didn't.
I'm not glad.
But you said you cursed him to take his cat away, and then
does that mean I'm glad his cat died?
I don't think you have powers. I don't think your curse worked at all. I think it's in your mind, and you feel bad for saying that to Chuck because deep down you like Chuck, man. I can tell.
No, I actually don't.
You do like Chuck, man. I can tell.
Don't like him. And I don't want to do any more dungeons after tonight because of what happened. If you really think that I hurt his cat, you and everybody else are saying that I killed his cat. So you think
listen to me. I don't think you have any power. I don't think you. But the way you said it, I thought it might confirm to him that you did. That's where I was going with it.
I'm glad the motherfucker's miserable. He doesn't deserve to have anything. If that makes any sense to you.
I think you like the guy.
No, I don't. I hate him. I used to like him and I hate him now. He rubs me the wrong way. I don't know why I can't stand this motherfucker. I can't stand Republicans. I can't stand.
Do you go into his server?
No, he won't let me in there. Oh, no way. He did a few times and then he said, oh, the tranny's here. He would trick me into going there and say, I'm sorry. And I'd be like, fuck you, Chuck. And it would take him a week to convince me, get me back in there. And all of a sudden, him and all his friends would start calling me, look, the tranny's here. The faggot's here. Let's kill the tranny. Let's torch the tranny. I mean, that's how he talks.
Well, how do you have so much contact with him?
He makes contact with me. I block him out and he always finds a way to contact me.
What's he do?
I block his fucking number. He keeps calling me from other numbers. I block him.
I just feel like somehow you...
Tell him to leave me the fuck alone because I know you talk to him.
No, I've never talked to him. He
comes on my fucking channel, leaves comments. I fucking blocked him from viewing my videos. I delete his comments when I do see him. And I keep fucking hide user from channel. And he keeps finding it. He comes and he tries to friend me or add me. They call it adding me in Discord. And I just decline. Accept, decline. Decline, please. He talks about me on his show and people, his, friends in his chat, the people who watch his show come to me. And I end up having to block people en masse because they come to me pretending they hate Chuck. And they'll say, Chuck said this, Chuck said that. And I'm like, I don't really care about this. I have my own life to live. I can't devote my life. It's like I'm married to the guy. I can't fucking fight this guy every day when I have my own problems. And this fucking thing on my arm. This fucking thing on my arm is concerning me more than any of this crap with his cat. But hey, you and everybody else in the whole world thinks I'd like to see you prove I did it. Did I tell him to sit there?
I already said I don't think that you did.
Did I sit there in the room with him and say, Chuck, let me get in your ear. Chuck, don't take care of your cat, let it die. Did I do that? Do I have the power to do that?
You let his cat die, it sounds
like. I have the power. Who made the cat die? I want your opinion.
Whoever hit it and then whoever didn't take care of it.
He had it in his house and he didn't take care of it. I showed you a picture of it laying in the bed. We have
to assume that your account is 100% accurate.
He took a picture of it and posted it in his Discord, which he now nuked, and he thought he could hide the evidence, but people took screenshots. They sent the screenshot of me to me with the gray cat laying in the bed and his comment, oh, here, let me read to you. And you could
he has you blocked. He didn't talk to you, but he sent you a pic
of his dead cat. What is this? How do I get my fucking phone to unlock?
It just did by itself.
Oh, thank God.
Maybe have a little patience.
Well, I'm not a doctor, and you're right. Okay. He said here,
I like your screensaver, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is his cat. I know you can't see it that well, but you can see the gray outline of the cat. So everybody who watches this is going to know what screenshot I'm referring to. See, he's got some comments down here.
And what's it say?
Let me blow it up because my eyes are tiny.
Don't show it because I don't want to show the cat, you know.
Cat. You're not going to show it because there's blood on the bed under his mouth. He wrote, and I quote, "He's still breathing. He's not dead. He just moved his head and tail earlier. He's just weak, that's all. Regardless of what kind of curse I am, and I'm glad that his life is a living fucking hell. I'm not glad a cat got killed. I'm sad about that, okay? To me, it's like divine justice for all the cruelty he's inflicted on everybody over the years. His mom died. His dad died. They also got killed in a car accident. Tell me, what is it about car accidents? And then he got into a car accident. There's a rumor that he's a paraplegic, and that's why he never leaves his home. And then his cat gets killed by a car? What is it about automobiles and Chuck?
I've seen him walking around. I mean.
Have you?
He was on Elisa's stream.
Well, I don't know when he got hit by the car, but everybody that takes care of him, supposedly loves him, family, whatever, pets, gets hit by a car. Now, those things happened to his family before he knew me. And maybe I wanted to take credit for putting a curse on him because he accused me. There you go. That's why I said it. Because he accused me and the people in his chat accused me. So I said, I might as well take credit and go with this. But is there ever any evidence that I ever would harm a cat? Look at all the pictures of my cat I put up on my channel.
Well, don't take credit if you don't want people to blame you, is all I'm saying.
Oh, they're blaming me anyway.
Not everybody, but now everybody's going to blame you because you admit that.
Well, as the blacks say, don't claim it. I'm tired of having to claim shit because people accuse me. People with Asperger's will claim anything you accuse them of. Eventually, if you keep pushing it, they will claim they did it. Keep telling them that I'll claim it. Bronwyn Downey, whatever her name is, she claimed it. The proof is in the pudding right here, folks. Why did he take this public? You know, he needs to keep his fucking private business private. If he's going to put something on there and then refuse to accept payment to take it to the vet, why even go public with it? So in 3 weeks when this comes up, my career will be over because you're going to tell everyone I'm a cat killer. How's it going to help you to ruin my career?
I didn't tell. You're telling everyone you're a cat killer. That's my fucking point, man.
How am I telling them that, though? I don't understand.
Because you're like taking credit while saying you didn't do it. I mean, it's fucking weird how you're doing it.
How did they trick me into taking credit for it then?
You're like, I'm glad I put a curse on him, you know, and
because I'm tired of being accused. That's why I'm saying it. I'm tired of being accused. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Yeah, I did it. That's why I said it. So now you're going to go and say that I'm a cat killer because of that. Because I know how you twist people's words.
Well, let's say your curses do work. Sometimes the
curse.
You
better watch out for what I'm going to do to you then, because I'm tired of you trying to ruin my life. You could care less if I'm homeless. You don't care about me.
You're not homeless, though.
You're trying to make me. That's what you're trying to do.
How?
You're trying to badmouth me so people will tell my neighbors and get me evicted.
If somebody called your landlord and said, Minnie Manson put a curse on my cat,
yeah, what is more reprehensible?
I doubt he's going to evict you. I mean, unless he's a fucking moron.
The fucking people next door think I abuse animals now because of this.
That's because they're immigrants and they're from some third world where that seems plausible.
I told them, don't let your cat out. I've been telling them for weeks because the people across the street are teenagers and they're always saying, fuck you, we're going to kill you. These teenage girls threatening me all the time. And their cat goes across the street. And I said, you don't want them going over there because if they're saying that shit to me, God knows what you're going to do to your cat. And then I'm going to get blamed because they're always saying, fuck you, fuck you, that. Then your cat disappears and I get blamed for it. I get blamed for everything. Maybe I'm the born loser. Chuck's a winner. Everything, you know what? Everything he does, things fall in his lap. Things work out for him. I'm glad he's cursed because he's such a fucking snob. Fucking know-it-all. Look at me with my 132 IQ. I'm in Mensa. Yeah, that's why you can't even spend your money and enjoy your life right. I mean, he has all his needs met and he won't even spend money to take care of a cat. People will have pets and they won't take them to the vet because they just don't want to put up the extra money.
He may not have the millions you think he does, you know.
I didn't say he had millions, but he does have quite a bit. His dad was a naval officer.
I mean, he at least seemed like he was excited. His cat seemed okay. I mean,
his cat was very healthy and happy, and he didn't do a show for like 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, oh, my kid died. Yeah, I'm supposed to feel sorry for him after what he treated me. People care more about a fucking animal than a human being. When I was homeless, I'm laying in a fucking ground, baking to death, dying of fucking heat exhaustion and lack of sleep, while some man's standing, some fucking old hippie standing 5 feet away from me, petting his dog. Oh, good dog, I love you so much. And he looks at me and he tells me, you deserve what you get. I'm supposed to have compassion? Fuck Chuck. That fucker's trying to ruin my life. He won't leave me the fuck alone. I'm going to show him. Mess with me again, motherfucker. See what curse I put on you next. You. Curses are real and they can be placed strategically.
All right.
But I'm not good at detailing the curses, though.
Let's think of another subject so we can go on to the next topic.
All I'm saying is maybe I shouldn't put curses on people unless I do it right. The curse was uncontrolled. I just spoke it into the air. I didn't do anything. I didn't. See,
now you're taking credit, though. Now you're taking credit for it.
Well, people are giving me credit. I'm not taking credit. They're giving me credit.
Then you just say, I don't really put curses on people.
Why? You won't use it anyway if I say that.
I'm going to use this in some way. I don't know if it's going to be a dungeon or...
You're going to use it against me, so what does it matter what else
I'm going to put exactly what's been said, and I don't think you've been saying that...
Around and say, why'd you... That's kind of fucked up that you would say that.
I'm trying to get you to say that you did not...
Why did you... That's not the same thing as why did you put a curse on him to result in what happened?
But you keep taking credit for it while saying that you didn't do it.
You're saying that a person made contact with the cat and killed it is what you're saying.
Sounds like somebody ran over the cat and that's why it died. I mean, you know.
You're trying to get me to paraphrase that I'm responsible.
No, you're mega phrasing that you're responsible constantly by claiming that you did put a curse to take his cat away, but you didn't mean for it to die, but oh well. You even said fine that it died at one point. That's when I said, okay, then because you said that like that.
I'm sick of him calling me by my birth name. I'm sick of him trans-bashing me. I'm sick of the way he treats other people. I mean, thank God I have my very first fan. She came back to me. She left me to go be with him, and I got jealous and told her off and lost her for about like 4 months, 6 months, and I thought I'd never get her to come back, and I've been regretful ever since. But she finally came back to me yesterday. She says, you know what? Chuck doesn't treat people right, and she bought him makeup. He threw it in her face, so it's the wrong kind. He just treats women like shit, and it seems like women love being treated like dirt, and I don't understand why. The more he shits on women, the more of a harem of women he gets. It's true. Women like being treated like shit, don't they?
I think some of them do, yeah.
I think women like being treated like shit, and if you reject a woman and don't give her the time of day, she's going to want you more. I'm not responsible for his cat dying. When you throw a curse on someone, you got to watch your fucking mouth because words have power. I'm not glad that his cat got killed. I love cats. I could care less about Chuck suffering, and I hope he does suffer, but I'm not happy that he let his cat die. He let his cat die by not taking it to the vet, not accepting Kate's offer to take Uber and the $1,000 to take care of the cat. So fuck him the way he treats people and throws shit in people's faces, and then he wants to blame me because his cat died due to his own neglect. You're not going to put me in jail because I put a curse on somebody. Yes, Your Honor, I spoke words in the ear, and I said I hope that Chuck loses everything he has, including his past. Oh, you're going to prison the rest of your life. 3 lifetimes, the judge is really going to think, like, what the fuck is this shit? Get out of here. Case dismissed.
Did Chuck himself accuse you?
Yeah, he did.
Or was it like other people said you're the one that...
Other people, and then Chuck said, yeah, Minnie Manson probably had something to do with this. You know how the way he talks. Minnie Manson probably had something to do with this. And sitting there like that for 3 hours, sitting like that, not moving. I mean, how the hell could somebody lay down like that without moving?
Well, I mean, look, he's probably, regardless of what happened, he's probably upset his cat died, and the same trolls that are telling you that you did it are probably telling him that Minnie Manson did it.
Yep, they're trying to...
these are like, this is like a whole, you don't need to play into it, is what I'm saying.
Trolls are doing this, and they're trying to convince me that I'm responsible. Yes, that is correct.
So you shouldn't play into it, what I'm saying.
Well, I'm not smart enough, maybe. I'm not socially smart like a lot of people. And that's why people think I have Asperger's. And that's why people can sway me easily, because I don't have the ability to understand people. A lot of their humor goes right over my head. There's a lot of sophisticated humor that goes on over there, and it just goes over my head. I can't tell if people are really buddy trolls with him or if They're really trolling him. That's why I got mad at my friend that time, because I thought she really wanted to be with him. And I'm like, oh God, why does all these women love him?
I mean, he definitely gets trolled sometimes from when I've seen him.
He gets trolled worse than I do. So there's justice in the world.
That's what I'm saying. You're two guys that get trolled and you're playing into it. You're like being their weapon for them.
Yep. They're jealous. They want to take me down and make him look good.
They want to make you both look bad, in my opinion.
Yeah, you could be right. So I'm not taking credit for what happened, but I don't feel bad what happened because I hate Chuck, and I'm sorry for the cat. It is a cat, but it is a living being that God created. And him neglecting it is unacceptable. And you can accuse me all you want, but it's not going to stop the fact that he refused to take it to the vet, and he is responsible for it. I'd like to see a judge say, yeah, you put a curse on a fucking cat. Yeah, good luck with that, Chuck, because it's not going to work. If anything, you'll go to prison for neglecting an animal and sitting there playing video games while it fucking died. And you saw the comment I posted there.
Why not just say...
I showed you his words out of his own mouth.
Why not just say, I'm sorry about what happened to your cat, Chuck?
I can't. I'm not sorry. Well, okay, I'm sorry what happened to your cat because it is a cat and it's an animal. It didn't deserve to die. I'm sorry in that respect, but you don't show any remorse, and he doesn't show remorse.
But you're like.
He sat. Oh, listen to this. If you watched his fucking show, he sat there talking about like all this other stuff, and he's like actually smiling and laughing, and people are like, "Hey, you should." His trolls were encouraging him to put his cash up, but they wanted to give him money because he felt bad. And I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Is he going to start exploiting? But he didn't put his cash app up, so I'm not going to accuse him of exploiting it. But his fans tried to get him to. I guess his trolls, fans.
I mean, apparently it seems like you think that you.
Did I?
Because the way you're apologizing is you're basically apologizing for.
Apologizing.
What I'm saying is just say sorry that you feel sorry for him, not that you're sorry for doing it.
The truth is, I don't know if I did or not. Now you're convincing me that I did do it.
I don't think that you did it. I don't think you have cursing. I don't believe in cursing powers. You know what I mean? I think it's always some like poor person with no power that puts curses on people. And you're like, if you have all this power, why are you living in the ghetto?
Yeah, exactly. All these witches are saying, I put a curse on you. They do it to me all the time. Yeah, why are you living in poverty then? Fuck off, assholes. A real powerful person wouldn't be, a real witch with power who knows how to place a proper curse would not be living in poverty or on no system. Correct. Thank you. But I didn't do this, and they got me and somehow they got me to admit that I did it. And here I am apologizing to you for something they did. I bet one of those people ran over his cat.
Well, you're not apologizing to me. I mean, you're apologizing to Chuck.
I'm not apologizing to Chuck because I didn't do anything.
But what I'm saying is when I said I didn't, not an apology. Like when you said, hey, I'm sorry your dad died or something. You're not saying you killed their dad. You're saying that you feel sorry for them. That happened.
I don't feel sorry for them. That's the thing. And I wish I never would have talked about this at all. I don't feel sorry, and I'm not going to apologize because I didn't do it and I didn't do anything wrong. If you think I did something wrong, then you call the authorities. Call the police, call the state's attorney, take me to court then if you think I did this. Prove it. You know what? It's up to you to prove I'm guilty, not for me to prove my innocence. So you go ahead and prove I did it. It's not my fault that I have a way of speaking that makes things happen. But you know what? I think it's because of his loser's mentality and his bad attitude is why all this bad shit happens to him. It's because he's a dumbass.
Okay, let's talk about Marilyn Manson's book.
So you're gonna butcher me and make me look like a cat killer. Go with that then.
No.
I want to see people prove I did it. So
I'll say there's a lot about this conversation I think would be funny to people.
I don't think they'll think it's funny.
Nobody, very few people believe in curses, so the fact that you're getting all bent out about a curse.
You're not very smart with certain things. I've noticed that a lot of people are superstitious, and people are sheep and they want to be led. People need to be told what to do. I took some situational awareness classes, at the police department, and they said people will stand there waiting for someone to just say, go, there's the entrance, there's the exit, go. Otherwise, they're going to stand there like, what should I do? What should I do? People are like that, especially in situations, emergencies. There's a door, go. That's all they need to hear is to get those feet moving because their brain don't know what to do. And this happens to perfectly well-adjusted people. Suddenly the brain locks up, they don't know what to do, and they need someone to tell them a simple thing like go.
Are you mad about the outtakes, man?
I am. I'm very extremely upset about them.
Well, you know why I did them?
To humiliate me.
No, you literally told me that we talk about a lot of stuff between the shows that I should put out there. So that's why I started doing it.
Yeah, again, I screwed myself over again.
I mean, I could show you. I could show you the clip. In fact, you're the one that wanted to talk about self-sabotage. I just didn't want to do a dungeon on it. We already talked about it. That's why I
talk about it, and you went and put it up anyway. So I might as well talk about everything that I say to you in private. You're going to put up anyway.
No, I mean not every. I mean, there's a lot of shit that I wouldn't put up, Minnie. I mean, come on.
When you get mad,
the stuff I put up is just humorous kind of stuff. I don't.
That's not humorous when you say, "Why did you?" That is not humor. You need to word your words properly. Then you need to say things right. You talk like that to the wrong person, they'll kill you.
I mean, I don't think you're a bad person, Minnie. I think that you got issues, but yeah, I'm scared. I don't like that you sometimes will just go tell lies about me and shit.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you think I'm a loser? Why do you work with me if I'm a loser? Because my father says I'm a loser. My brother said, why do you think so?
Well, I want you to win, but as you say, nobody watches our shows anyway, so I mean...
I'm asking you a question. I want you to be honest. Why do you think I'm a loser? What is a loser in your mind?
The loser is somebody that doesn't even try.
Thank you. But I try, don't I? You see what I do it for 5 years. So you don't think that I try?
Well, I mean, I think I mean, look, man, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Let me finish. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But I see you use a lot of excuses as a crutch not to do things.
I can't do everything.
Every week you're like fucking sick. You can't do the dungeons. Then we end up doing the dungeons. Like,
I am sick, but we do them.
But then you're fine when we're doing them, though. You're not sick.
Like I'm fine now. It takes me a while because between 8 p.m. and 12 p.m., my body just breaks down and wants to sleep. And I got to tell you, I have a hard time getting out of bed because my body's still, I'm snoring while I'm awake. You can't get mad at me because of the way my body is. That's not a loser. You think I'm a loser because I fucking fall asleep and need 4 hours?
I didn't call you a loser, man. You might really have problems and you can't deal with it, but
you do. Are you making videos for 5 years like I do every day? You think my karaoke sucks? You put me down? You've never once complimented me on any of my videos.
Oh, what about your taco video? I fucking praised you about that publicly.
On the video?
The putting on the Ritz. I even played it as the open to one of my shows. I liked it so much.
Okay, then you did say it, but you don't anymore.
And you screen recorded it and put it on your site.
You called me a failure so many times and said that I never do nothing with my life. I'm busy all the time. I sleep 4 hours a night because maybe it's nothing to you, but it means something to me. I'm promoting my art, editing videos, editing photos, making different types of videos, not just me singing in here, but going out.
Yeah, I want you to be successful, I don't want you to be a loser, as you say.
I'm a failure. I might self-sabotage.
But you shoot yourself in the foot. You've even admitted if you hadn't you're going crazy on me. You shouldn't go crazy on everybody you fucking work with, dude. You're never going to get anywhere. I don't know if you're looking at rock stars who are already established acting like this, and you think you have to do that to be a rock star or something, but believe me, every one of those people were kissing ass till they got to where they were.
That's true. But for you to constantly put me down when you're not making videos and doing what I do, you're a producer, you're like an editor, and you do different stuff than me. You can't call me a loser because I don't want to do what you do. That's wrong. Someone who's not saved, that's a loser. Somebody who quits is a loser. Somebody who hits and beats their kids is a loser. People who harm animals are losers. So you're basically saying I'm a cat killer and a loser now. Real nice.
No, my point was that you were saying that by taking credit. You were taking credit and also saying you didn't do it. It was very confusing. I was trying to get you to just say that you didn't do it and just say, hey, Chuck, I'm sorry your cat died, in the way you would tell somebody you're sorry that their dad died. You know what I mean?
I'm not sorry about anything. Good luck at trying to make me apologize for something I had nothing to do with.
That's not an apology. That's just remorse.
Why should I have remorse for something I didn't do?
Because you're having empathy with somebody that if you had a cat and it died,
I did.
You would feel sorry for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're apologizing.
I had to give my cat away to a shelter because I couldn't take care of it anymore because I was homeless. Instead of just throwing it in the street, you know, I gave it to a shelter. And I won't get pets anymore because I know I can't care for them anymore. That's called being responsible. You don't have kids if you know you can't take care of them either.
And we've got an hour 30 on Chuck. Can we go on to another topic?
I don't know what your idea of a loser is, but, you know, I don't think I'm a loser. Society thinks I'm one, but I don't think so. I'm not in drugs. I'm not in alcohol. I'm not sitting there wasting my life away in front of a TV, although that's what you probably wish I'd do. You and the rest of the world that wants me to go away and stop making videos. I'm not going to quit making videos because they bother you or because they bother Chuck, because me being a tranny offends you. I'm not going fucking away because of that. I'm not Cyrax. I'm not some ugly, dirty fucking goblin. Yee.
I'm a loser. I'm sitting here with clown makeup on, arguing about a fucking cat curse for an hour and a half.
You're the one that wanted to talk about it.
No, you wanted. I didn't want to talk about this at all. You wanted to talk about it. It's all you've been talking about all fucking day.
Because it's bothering me. I hate what that fucker did. What bothers me the most is that he got away with it. He gets away with everything and pins it on me. I get blamed for every bad thing he does. I'm afraid of this guy, and I wish he would drop dead. He's like my sister. She would act up in the store or do something, and the people thought that I looked like her. You know, not anymore, but when I was a female, they thought they thought I was her. And they're like, you're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in here. I'm like, why? You know why? I'm like, no, I don't. Oh, because you did this such and such. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I find out months later, years later, that my sister went in there misbehaving. And then the person, I saw their face, like the realization, oh my God, I didn't know. And I'm like, fuck you, you dumb fucking hillbillies. This fucking hick told me and treated me like shit in a restaurant for 3 years because she thought I was my sister, because my sister was homeless at the time. She had this teddy bear. And I said, wait a minute, did the person who come here, did she have a teddy bear and like a fuzzy pink sweater? Yeah. I'm like, that's not me, you stupid fox. You can't tell two people apart. I have to really know somebody to be able to tell them apart. Like if you and Chuck were standing there, yeah, I could tell you two apart because you're very unusual. You have very different looks, but there's a lot of people who look the same, especially like young people. They all look the same to me. And for me to get kicked out of places, banned from places, grabbed by my seat of my pants and thrown out because of shit my sister did, because they wouldn't let me take my cat in a hotel because my sister brought her cat one time, and then when they caught her, she called them the N-word, and then they blamed me. How do I know that? I said, what color was the cat? White? Was the cat white? Yeah. That was my sister's cat. See how she inadvertently got me banned? They wouldn't let me have my cat in there because she called them the N-word, because the lady was like, you don't bring your cat in here. My sister was truly mentally ill. Believe it or not, I'm the sanest person in my family. She had fucking schizophrenia. I mean, she was too far gone. Are you asleep? Hello?
No, I'm just waiting for you.
What do you mean you're waiting? I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah, but we're not doing dungeons. You're just ranting at me.
You don't want to do dungeons. You told me that.
I said let's do one on the book.
I don't have the book with me anymore, though.
Well, that's fine. I'll put a image up.
You're making me cough now. You're making me upset, and I'm starting to cough. I'm not going to be able to film.
You know the book though, right? You've read it. Yeah, I read it like 10, 15, 20 years, whenever it came out, probably back in the 90s. I remember it very clearly, so I can discuss it.
Okay, let's do it then.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
What do you mean?
Well, you got to start off the dungeon and all that.
Oh, yeah. I'm scared I'm not going to be able to stop coughing, no. Okay, let me get my gloves. But I'm not laying claim to, I didn't touch his cat, I didn't do nothing to his cat. And I'm sorry I spoke words saying that. I wish something bad would happen to him. I didn't say in detail what I wanted to happen. All I said is I want something to happen to that fucker because I'm tired of him acting smarter than everyone and lording it over everyone, how fucking macho and perfect he is. and that his word is law. You want, okay, Chuck, you think you're somebody, run for political office, then you fucking fascist. Show us how much of a leader you are. Yeah, you can use that, okay? This is Mini Manson's Dungeon. I started doing this the reason why is because the muscles in my face from frowning, it's actually hurting. It hurts to frown. It's not natural to be like this, but you need to do that a lot in private and hold the muscles in your cheek.
I'll be honest. I'm kind of starting to drag ass, man.
I can tell.
We've been recording for 2 hours though, so we got a lot of stuff, but we only got one dungeon out of it, But we do have.
We got two dungeons. We got the really long one about Chuck.
Yeah, but that one I don't know if it should be a dungeon or not. And I even say that. I even say that I don't
underestimate the mindset of people.
I was saying that I don't think that. No, I know. I know people. You take people at their word. These people are trolls. They don't think this, Minnie. They're telling you they think this because you believe them.
Well, they're gonna ruin my career over this. When you release it, my life is over. Do you really want to do that to me? Yes, it will be over. Do you really want to do that to me? As hard as my life is.
How would it be over? You didn't.
I know I didn't, but you said, why did you? And then I left the show because you said that. That's fucked up.
No, but then you come back and you didn't say that. You said,
well, please don't put that in there. Where you said, why did you? If you could just cut that part, I don't care what else you put in there. Just don't put that. I'm scared now because of that.
All right.
Please don't put that part in there. That's why I was calling you names and stuff because of that.
But the only reason that I would want to put it in there is just because that's what caused you to go fucking nuts.
I don't want you to put that in there.
And then there's like 15 minutes of you going off about it, and we can't use any of that.
Everybody already thinks I'm a rotten person. I mean, I haven't gotten any new subs in the last 2 months.
Look, I know that it hurts you, but I think it's because it's a troll. You know what I mean? Like, they don't think this. I promise you that. There's nothing going to happen. You didn't fucking do anything to it.
You didn't take it to the vet, and that's what killed
it's a completely ridiculous conversation to most people. They're going to think it's funny. Well, I mean, I'm not going to do anything you don't want me to do. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think I put anything bad out in the outtakes. I mean, yeah. You're getting mad, but it's funny. That's why I put it in there.
It's funny when I get mad and I leave the show and then I say I don't want to do dungeons anymore, and then I call your names for 15 minutes. Obviously, something's wrong. I would request.
Yeah, but people will think it's funny. That's what's funny.
I'm requesting that please don't put in there why. That's all I'm requesting. Please.
I don't think I said why. Why did you?
Yes, you did. You said,
I said something like, so you that, and then you hung up on me.
You said, why did you? My memory isn't that poor, that's scary what you said to me. It's terrifying.
Oh, God. You took it all the wrong way, Minnie. I mean.
You need to go back and you need to listen to what you wrote then, because you did say that. That was pretty fucked up. Please don't use it, okay? That's all I'm asking.
I'm not going to do anything you don't want me to. I mean, I already told you.
Yeah, that's fucked up right there. I mean, I want Chuck to suffer, but not at the expense that I'm going to get blamed for this, because I put a curse. I mean, what judge in the land would fucking put me away from what? Because I put a curse on him? I didn't say anything specific. If I could fucking do curses, I could say, hey, I want to be the greatest entertainer in the world. I want to be a millionaire. I want to have a house in the Hollywood Hills and be best friends with Marilyn Manson. Does that mean that can happen? It doesn't hurt to say it. It doesn't hurt to try. But you and me both know that for some reason, those kind of spells don't seem to work. But when you curse someone, it seems like the rage and the anger and the curse, that's the intent. It's real emotions and it's hard and raw. It seems like when you want to put harm on someone, it's more likely to happen because most everything is negative. People go throughout their life losing things more than gaining things. You can't get back a loved one that dies. You throw photographs away, you can't get it back. Your cat dies, you can't get it back. I mean, you could get money, lose it, get money, lose it. Yeah, that will come back, but there's some things that are precious in life you can't get back. Oh, geez. Everything in my life is nothing but a regret,
Well, I don't want to do anything that would cause you problems because
It will cause
That would fuck up our show. I'm not trying to fuck you
it
up,
would
Minnie.
fuck up our show and our relationship. I wouldn't do dungeons anymore if this backlash and people came after me.
That would have nothing to do with me.
It's not because of hate. It's because I'd be terrified because I shoot my mouth up too much to you, and you're not sure what to use, and you think it's funny when other people.
Well, we did 1.5 hours on that one topic, so I don't want to like waste it. You know what I mean?
You got a unique sense of humor, but a lot of people don't understand it. I need to tell you that. I understand some of it, but some of it goes over my head. I'm not going to lie. I never claimed that I was a brilliant person or anything, but I know I'm not stupid either. I understand some things and all, but I also understand the nature of people. I don't need to be smart to understand that people are looking for reasons to destroy me, to destroy themselves even.
Well, I can assure you, I'm happy that you recognize I am joking around, because I have no problem with you, Minnie, at all.
I hope not, because sometimes I can't tell. I'll be honest. I can't read people's emotions. I can read what someone's about. Within 2 seconds of seeing them, I know, are they trouble? That person's this, that drug dealer, or they look like a scumbag. I can tell somebody's decent or nice. I'm usually right on the money. I have this uncanny ability to tell if someone's doing certain things. Hi, I'm Minnie Manson, and I have some art cards. These have been commissioned, sold, and paid for. But for $30, you can have your own commissioned card. It's a flat fee. Here's one of me. Somebody ordered. Here I am, looking like a rock star. That's Marilyn Manson. I made this for a special fan who helped me with my music. That's Elisa Jadana getting her hair pulled by her very wealthy boyfriend there. I love that picture. I love the expression on his face. He's my new hero. Have this one here of Johnny B with his weird doll. And another one of me giving the finger guns. I was specifically asked to draw that. I also have bookmarks now. I can do nameplates. I could do your name. I painted that, and then I put the metallic markers, and then I traced it with the black marker. I could do it in any color. I could do it on black paper, red paper, or white paper. I laminate it too, as you see here. Handmade by Minnie Manson, even has a strike on it there. What do you call that? An inconsistency, which makes it special. So if you would like to have a Minnie Manson nameplate bookmark, $20 to Minnie Manson at Minnie_Manson.com.